Hello and welcome to my world and a bonus video here on this pokey little YouTube channel of mine. Power Rangers Once and Always is available on Netflix at this point in time. I've seen it. I watched it. I immediately canceled my Netflix subscription to it because for me there's really nothing on Netflix that catches my attention, and anything that I really want to watch is available on Amazon Prime. So take that for what you want, folks. Anyway, Power Rangers Once and Always. I thought the special in and of itself was good for what it was. Everybody did a commendable job in bringing their roles of bringing a story that closes the book on one of the original Power Rangers, one of the original 5 Power Rangers. Let me just stress that here. Because the character of Trini officially had an ending, and by proxy, this actually makes some of the Mighty Morphin Yellow Rangers appearances in more recent specials. The one episode that Austin St. John appeared in, and also the last episode of Power Rangers Super Mega Force. It establishes within the context of canon that Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger was Trini. So there is no debate. Oh, was it Trini or was it Aisha? It's Trini. So Once and Always kind of really cements that, in my personal opinion, in terms of what's canon. Excuse me. In terms of who was involved, which Ranger was involved. I thought the best performances were delivered by David Yost and Barbara Goodson. David Yost's character of Billy, who is the unintentional catalyst, who has the most weight. It's basically a redemption story for Billy. Redemption and revenge in regard to the two R&Rs there. Because it's Billy who is trying to revive a dead Zordon for some reason. Don't exactly know why. It's like why you want to do that. It's like the character is dead. It's like why? But trying to revive a dead Zordon and accidentally allowed the evil essence of Rita Repulsa to possess the 8th version of Alpha. And Robo Rita is born, becoming and so Billy has this arc over the course of the special of redemption, revenge, because he basically allows Robo Rita to exist, and Robo Rita kills Trini, so it's basically Billy's fault. So he has this nice arc. It kind of makes sense with him being in the center seat of the Megazord in the special's climax. That it's Billy's redemption story for his mistake, and of course we got revenge from the character of Mins. So there you go. Barbara Goodson as Robo Rita, in terms of the voice and vocal delivery, the same hammy performance that we got back in the 90s. All right, the same vocal performance, folks. But at the same time, there was a lot more evil and malice behind it. All right. And Robo Rita effectively became the most intimidating villain in the history of Power Rangers, surpassing Lord Zed. I mean, if you're my age, I'm 40 years old, all right? I still remember watching the season 2 premiere of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Fox 29, which is the Philadelphia affiliate of Fox station. That was on a Thursday night at 8 o'clock. I still remember seeing Lord Zed for the first time on TV. It's like that was a scary looking dude. Sure, the character got a bit more silly as things went along, but Lord Zed was a monster. All right, in terms of the character's presence and everything. To have Rita Repulsa, the original villain, finally get to that level and surpass it, because think about it. Lord Zed basically forced the Rangers to upgrade the Zords, okay? but he didn't really have any true. Nothing that really stands out to me of like a few as a true victory. There was stuff with like when the Rangers were turning into kids, but that was more like what a Master Vile thing there. But Lord Zed didn't really have that major. Didn't really come across. He lost a lot of his threatening presence there. Robo Rita being a villain that actually killed a Power Ranger in the case of Trini is like that's a that kind of raises the stakes there. It's the first on-screen death of a Power Ranger since what was it? Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, the Pink Ranger of that series. It was like, and that was 20 years ago. So it was like kind of raises the stakes there in establishing like the special allowed for Rita to be presented as a major menace. So, and Barbara Goodson really delivered in the vocal performance there. Everybody else did a fine job. Steve Cardenas, Walter Emmanuel Jones, Catherine Sutherland, Richard Horvitz as as Alpha 9. Granted, his voice of Alpha is closer to Katharine Hepburn these days, but that's neither here nor there. I thought I don't know the actor who played Min. I thought the character of Min was really exceptional. And if Hasbro's going to go forth with a series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers branded specials, or do a full series with that title, Min will be an excellent like building block to go from. Right now, obviously the special is good, right? I have a lot of praise for it, but could it have been better? The answer is yes, it could have. And I'm actually going to explain how it could have been better and also how it could have been worse. And matter of fact, we'll do that one first. How could Once and Always have been worse? And I can actually sum that up in 3 letters. JDF. If Jason David Frank was in Power Rangers Once and Always, it would have made it worse within the context of the actual story. All right, it would have made it so much worse. I'm not even joking in that regard, because anybody who's paid attention to how the character of Tommy Oliver has been utilized in terms of the various returns to the series, we're talking like Forever Red, Power Rangers, what was it? Dino Thunder, where he's the fourth Ranger by default. Where was his other specials? Returns. The end of Super Mega Force there, he gets the big speak. He actually gets like double scenes in that, like to indicate 2 different colors, 2 of his Ranger colors. And the more recent one where he has the Master Morpher, with switching back and forth between all of his Ranger colors, and gets to win with the freaking Falcon Zord. All right, the character of Tommy Oliver basically became Goku at this point, just stealing wins, stealing roles, stealing opportunities. It's like there was no need for Tommy in this story. And I felt that a lot of the dialogue and things that was delivered by Zach in terms of the interaction with Min would have basically gone to Tommy by default there, and it would have made things worse in that regard. And there's also this little nugget there, and this is something I've always felt and indicated, that the character of Tommy didn't really hang out with any of the other Rangers outside of, Kimberly in terms of the romance, the boyfriend-girlfriend dynamic, and Jason. Tommy wasn't really hanging out with Trini and Billy in the context of the show. It's like there was more like that co-worker relationship there. And And so it's like he doesn't really, the character of Tommy doesn't really have that friendship, that deep friendship connection that the core five have, right? So that's it. So JDF refusing to do it because of whatever issues he has with Hasbro, Saban Entertainment, or Disney over the years, whatever issues he have, or whatever his assistants are claiming is like, yeah, like it's a good thing he wasn't involved of it, or is that? So I was like, that's good. Now, how this special could have been made better if Austin St. John and Amy Jo Johnson were participating in it. Now we know the reasons why. In Austin St. John's case, there was the legal issues and things, from what I understand in terms of the timing. So that put the kibosh in that. And with Amy Jo Johnson, she said she didn't say yes. She didn't say no, but she didn't say yes to what was being offered. And one has to keep in mind that out of all of the original Power Rangers alumni, Miss Johnson is the most successful. All right. She is the one that's had the most overall success in terms of a career in entertainment. All right. Been a producer, a director, a writer, an actress. Like she's had a full career, a successful career beyond Power Rangers. All right. So I can fully understand her not saying yes to what was being offered. Because if it wasn't financially feasible, if the finances weren't justified for her to, step away from what she was doing for a time to participate in the filming of Once and Always, it is what it is there. Now, if she was able to be a part of it, and same thing with Jason, you would have had that real deep emotional dynamic there because you would have had the original four of the original five. Because again, go back, Day of the Dumpster. It's Jason, Trini, Zach, Billy, Kimberly. It began with five, and I really think with Min becoming the new Yellow Ranger and having the original four, the four, having Jason and Kimberly there along with Billy and Zach, that really would have cemented things a lot more. Again, no different. It's great with Steve Cardenas as Rocky and Catherine Sutherland's Cat, but it would have really packed a nostalgia and an emotional punch in that regard. You also have the real world factor, and this footage is actually available on YouTube. Tweet like the news coverage of Tweet Trang's memorial service in 2001 is available on. I found it on YouTube. Uh, last week, and it's like I was stunned that I was there, and Amy Jo Johnson spoke during it, and so you could have had that the best best overall actor in the history of Power Rangers, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of the series and show series that I've sat down and watched over the course of my lifetime. If Amy Jo Johnson was available, if she was offered a fair amount, a justified fair amount for her to take part, the you could have had like a full funeral scene. It was like things really could have like been heavy there. You could have had like different like that. You have like Zach is basically Min's guardian. You could have had Kimberly easily could have been in that role. Would it have taken something away from Zach? Possibly. But it kind of works. It works out in that way with what we got. But knowing that Amy Jo Johnson and Tweet Train were close and were friends to that degree, where Miss Johnson was spoke at Twee's memorial service in 2001, and in the context of the show that Kimberly and Trini were best friends, it really could have added a whole lot more emotional depth to it. They could have actually gone the blame route to some degree on Billy, which I don't think was fully explored as much as it could have been, but no one was really going to blame him because, he was looking to bring back Zordon and an accident happened. But, yeah. Anyway, those are my overall thoughts on it. And like, how could it have been worse? How could it have been better? So it's, anyway, leave your thoughts on Power Rangers Once and Always in the comment section below if you've seen it. And if you disagree with anything that I say here, then just put it in the comment section as well. Chances are that I'm probably intentionally pissed off quite a few JDF fans in the process here. But, hey, sometimes you just gotta put your opinions out there. Anyway, tighten your friendship bracelet, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.